Good morning, everybody. It is November 21st. It is 8:25 a.m. Lots of news hitting the markets. Lots of news. Um, let's get into it. I'm gonna put my watch list up here. Just give me a sec. Give me a sec. Okay. Let's look at these. What's going on? Let's talk about the important things I like to look at. VIX up 3%, 3.07%. All right. The dollar is up 0.72% at 107.69. The Dow basically flat, 0.04. The 10-year is down 0.26%. The Russell's down 0.26. ES down 0.32. Nasdaq down 0.48. Crude down 0.55. Bitcoin down 2.54. Okay. Now, let's talk about some leaders and laggers of some stocks. Okay. Netflix, a little bit of a leader, up 1.05%. Most likely a sympathy play because of Disney. We'll get into that. Okay. Let's talk about the laggards. Tesla has got more recalls, down 2.21%. BABA down 2.90%. China has reported COVID deaths. They started locking down again. That is not good. Okay? That's not good for oil. That's not good for Chinese stocks. Okay? Coin down 4.13%. FTX just came out claiming bankruptcy and say they own the 50 top investors. I can't remember exactly the wordage, but it was like they owe $3 billion to them. So that continues to be a very pulling down on coin. Okay, let's get to some stocks. Disney up 10.4%. Okay. Bob Iger, a former CEO, has been reinstated for 2 years. That has shot the stock back up. He was very successful. Okay. His predecessor didn't have much luck. Okay. Let's look at the laggards here. Of course, we got oil and Chevron. And not too much to talk about, really. Roblox, J&J, that's not really that shocking here. Any leaders? Well, communications, which is Disney and Netflix, but like not really showing too much strength, so we're not really going to talk about that. Semiconductors, a little bit of weakness due to I saw that TSM in China at some meeting, it didn't go well, so that's going to pull that down a little bit. So I just nailed some of the big things that were in the news. Okay, China, certain stocks. I basically just covered a lot of the news. What we have in economic calendar wise this week. Let me see if I can pull that up for you guys real quick. I mean, it's not rocket science with that. What we have coming up this week. Let me see if I can grab some of that. Okay. So today we don't really have much. Okay, now this is a shortened week. Okay, we have Thanksgiving on Thursday and a shortened session on Friday. So really expect Wednesday to really not have the best volume. However, there's a lot of Fed speak tomorrow. Esther, George, Bullard. Okay. We do have durable goods. This is all on Wednesday. Initial jobless claims, manufacturing PMI. We have S&P Global Composite, services PMI, Michigan consumer expectations, Michigan consumer sentiment, new home sales. Okay, but then the big one is FOMC minutes. Now, that's the big one. Okay, that's going to be minutes from the meeting, FOMC meeting. I don't know how much shocking things can come from that, because it was pretty hawkish. So the FOMC statement wasn't, but the press conference was. So I don't know, because Wednesday I would think the volume will start to tank a little bit. Still think you get algorithms pushing the FOMC minutes, but people are going to be getting ready for Thanksgiving. So, but that's a lot of news on Wednesday. All right, let's get into this because there's not a lot to talk about. Okay, as far as what's been going on, because what's been going on is a whole lot of nothing. We're balancing. The market's trying to figure out its next move. Okay, that's what the market's trying to do. It's trying to figure out its next move. Let's look at this. Just a bunch of, we were in a balance, we dropped down, we came back in. Now we're like in the middle of balance. I don't know. We're looking for a catalyst, basically. This market's waiting for a catalyst. Something's got to break us out of this. Okay, something's got to break us out of this. I don't know what it's going to be. You know, our volume has been tapering down too. The relative volume has not been great. The last 3 or 4 sessions, it's just been lower. So, we have to see. Right? We got hawkish Feds, China, and it's all over the place. All right, so not much to even say here. I mean, let's look at the cues. And we're just in balance. There's not much really to say. Okay, let's look at that triple-headed monster. In a range, 10-year yields in a range. Okay, nothing to see here. The VIX in a range. Okay, we downtrended a lot. Okay, and we're holding this 22 level, and we're in between this 24 and 22 level, really, or you could say, yeah, pretty much in this range, 25 to 22, waiting for a catalyst. Okay, now the dollar has been downtrending as well, but we just got a little bit of a bid today. We're breaking this old support, acting as resistance, but it hasn't really acted as resistance, and we're at 107.75 right now, which is not a good thing for equities, not a good thing for crude. Okay, China has not helped, and a hawkish Fed has not helped. All right, let's just go to futures. Alright, so you can see we have a very balanced market. Look at this profile for the last 5 days. That just shows you the balance we're in, right? It shows you the balance we're in. We have a most traded price of the last week is 39.69. Call it 39.70. Okay, that's right here. Price is at 39.60. We're looking at more balance, and we're in a shortened week, and volume's going down. I don't know what it would take to move this market right now for this week. To me, it's going to be a lot of outside in trading until it breaks out. So here's Friday's high, here's Friday's low, here's the low of the overnight session, here's the high of the overnight session, here's price. We're in balance. There's not a lot to glean other than balance. The only thing we have here, we have somewhat of a weak high here and a somewhat of a weak low here. That really will be a breakout point, higher and lower, for the market. I mean, this kind of goes back to here, these highs. Yes, we have a lower bracket low here, but like these little ones, this little break lower can maybe bring us back here and then decide, do we break lower or do we go back? That's really what's going on. There's not much to just glean from this. Just real imbalance, guys. So let's look at the Nasdaq. Same story. Look at the profile. Very balanced. Okay. Pretty much most traded price of the week. Right here. Balance. Okay. Most traded price of the month is still down here. However, there is a large volume pumping out here for the monthlies. You can see this is the 24-hour. It actually moved the most traded price of the month up to 117.70. I'd expect for the RTH session, this is the most traded price. It might move up here. I can show you that really quickly. You'll see it as a hot pink line on this chart. Let me bring that down. Yeah, so this is the RTH, just to show you. This is just 9:30 to 4:15. That's the most traded price, 114.50 for the real-time trading hours. Okay. However, that note up here is building out a lot of volume, and I have another profile to the left. You're not going to be able to see it, but that's the profile for the last month, and that is got a lot of volume here, so it should move up today. And then you'll have ultimate balance, which is the most traded price of the week and the month together. That's ultimate balance. That's really a big moves queuing up. Okay, so it already happened in a 24 hours, so these are equal, but it should happen today. It should move, and then we'll have this box be up here, and then that just means ultimate balance. That's like a monster move's coming. We don't know when, but a monster move's gonna come. And what do we have here? We have weak highs here. That's pretty much our bracket, right? That's pretty much the bracket that we've been playing in. So let's go to that hourly charts. All right. Let's see here. Let's get this chart set up here just for the key levels. All right. So there's a bunch of little ranges happening here. Okay. I definitely see pattern wise another head and shoulders looking at us, like another shoulder, a head, a shoulder, neckline, 39.42. We could possibly come back down here, and then we're going to make a move. The 39.13. Okay. But just for now, key support 39.42. Okay. This 39.65 is been a resistance. Okay. 39.65. And then we have resistance at 39.82 and 39.94. 39.94 was the 39.90, I would say, was this level here that we were pacing to break out. We broke out of it, and then we came back. We couldn't fucking fall through. So that level, still that level we need to break. Okay. And we're just in balance. I mean, look at this. Most trades that's been happening here. So let's look at the cues. it's going to be pretty much the same story. Let's look at those cues. So we have an important level down here, which I'll probably move that back down again because it looks like it went lower. So we have like a little bit of a weak low that was broken, it looks like, just before, and then it recovered, caught a bid. So I'm going to move this back to here. Maybe even down, you know, right there. Okay. So let's look at these levels. So we have support at 115.98, call it 116, right here. It was here, right, and we just broke it, and now we're catching a bid. Okay. Resistance 116.85. Okay. Resistance 117.55. And then the big level we need to break out is 118.42. That would have like this the same level I talked about in the ES, that we came up here, came up, then we came up, double topped here, and we couldn't make it. We fell. That's key level. Okay. That's NASDAQ. Alright, let's look over. Let's go over to the market profile. Let me just get the ES back up here so I can look at levels. Alright, so this is what we have going on. We got bounce. Okay. We got a range. Okay. Ultimate breakout is above 39.94. Below us 39.42. That's the playground. Okay. Most trader price is right here, 39.70. So we're just in a lot of balance. Okay. So right now, this is gonna be very simple. Okay. I believe if we stay and this market's balanced and there's not a lot of strength, there's not a lot of weakness, we're probably gonna go up here, come back down, balance. Go down here, come back up here and balance. That's probably the most likely scenario, unless there's a news catalyst, because then obviously it's very easy. You know, if we come up here and bust through here, hold it with some news catalyst, we're going higher. That will be the move higher. Same thing on the bear side. If we come out, some bearish news, take out this 39.42, we could start to go back down. The 100-day moving average is right here. It's just 3. And then the other green was 2. That's as simple as it gets, because we've just been balancing. It's not going to change much on the NASDAQ. Okay. In the NASDAQ, let me just get my chart on the other screen. So let's do number 1 here, which I think is most likely. Doesn't mean it has to happen. Number 1, okay, we had this weak low here. I would still say this is weak, okay, but our range, our big ranges, resistance 118.42, support 115.98, which let me just fix that level because I just changed it. Let's get rid of that level. Okay, so support 115.98. That's our range. Okay, so this is a key support though, right? However, if we do break that but momentarily come back in, we're gonna bounce. Same on the upside. If we pierce but we can't, we're gonna come back and bounce. So fade the edges there. Okay, that's if the market is like indecisive. There's not a very strong anything going on, right? So let's go for number two. Number two, go for the bear point of view, is we can't, come back in here. We can't get up above here. Come back down to these lows, which are very important. Break them, go back down to that huge level. I'm gonna show the price of the month, the year. Okay, call it 114.50, and then this is just a monster level. So I would expect us not to pierce it. But if it's really bad, maybe we can, right? Let's go with number three. Something bullish happens for it, and we manage to break over this most trader price, hold it, come up here, break this resistance. Then we're going to start to go into these levels here. Could stop here and could possibly go up here. That's what I see. But number one is the most likely, I believe, today. But we just have to see. I mean, you got China's negative news, you got Disney's positive news, you got Tesla's negative news, FOMC's coming up. So, a lot on the plate. And that's really it for me today. Very simple today. Alright. Let's leave it with the watch list maybe here. See what's going on. Anything really change? Not much. Not much. But I wish everybody good luck today. I mean, if anybody saw this today, give me a like and give me a comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll be back tomorrow. Hope everybody has a green day today. I'll see you guys tomorrow.